What's up, Tornado Squad? We're on episode 65, and we're joined by a large group today.
Yeah, today we have a group of very special guests. Doc Party.
They are seniors,
Day students.
3 guitarists, and 1 drummer. And in total, they're Doc Party. Thank you for being on the show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so have you guys been, like, kind of keeping up with Tornado Talk, know some of the games we play, or is it kind of just, like, new for everyone?
Actually, I was on once last year, back when Evan and Bobby were still the hosts. So
we're going to play a small game called...
Who's most likely to?
Yeah.
So we're going to switch it up from quickfire and, do something a little bit different for this group.
So everyone's going to point to who they think is the most likely to do it, all right? We're going to say the name as well. We're going to say the name as well for the people that are listening, all right? So the first question is, who's most likely to come up with a clutch lyric?
Okay.
I gotta go Sid.
I got mine. Yeah. I'm with
Do we
Sid.
say it out loud?
Yeah, just say it out loud.
I'm with
Sid.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
All right, who's most likely to crash a car?
Sid.
Have you seen the car? Actually, it's kind of chug.
All right, who's most likely to bomb a test and blame it on a performance?
Probably me.
Yeah.
I actually did that.
Henry.
I've done that before.
Dude, remember last year you skipped didn't you skip like a chemistry test?
I failed my chemistry exam mixing the album, so.
Yeah, you spend all the time in the studio to bomb the chemistry test.
And lastly, who's most likely to mess up during a performance?
I like it's blatant. Like
I
everyone knows they
think it might be me. Because I'm always running around because I got the wireless on my bass, so I'm always like running around, like sliding on my knees on the stage.
Like, what's the bass line again?
Yes. 5 minutes before the show. Wait, how do you play the
show? And I'm like, I don't know how to play the bridge, and like I'll like look up tabs on my thing, and like I'll do good, but if I'm missing no here and there.
I mean, I think people don't understand how hard it is, especially when you're performing to play an instrument at the same time. So they'll be rocking out.
Especially when I'm running around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you guys have been around for a long time. So, what's the origin story of the band?
I can take this one, I guess. So, originally, I just invited Stuart over to my house to jam our sophomore year. Because I knew he played music, and we both, we like knew of each other that we played a little bit. And so I invited him over, and then he told me about Sid, because I didn't even know Sid up until sophomore year. And he started coming over and just jamming like almost every Friday night in like January, February of our sophomore year. And we kind of realized like, oh, this is really fun. We're really enjoying this. And then my sister, actually, shout out Caroline, she was a senior at GPS at the time. And she asked if we wanted to play at her grad party, just like play some songs, just kind of messing around. And we were like, sure, let's do it. So we did it, and there was probably like 50 or 60 people there, and it was mostly GPS girls that got to hear us for the first time live, which was super sweet. And then after that, the rest is history pretty much. Just started realizing we really want to take it seriously. Colin joined us.
Yeah, one day in Chapel, Patch was like, first I saw you guys on Instagram, like the Instagram reels of them playing like Bound 2 and stuff like that. And Patch one day in Chapel was like, hey, we need a new band after, the Rims left? Yeah, the Rims left, and they were like, hey, we need a new school band. And I knew Stuart was in the band, and I've been the guitar quintet with Sid and Stuart, so I knew we could like play together. So, my brother just got a bass for Christmas, so I was like, well, I could just steal that and be the bass player. They didn't have that. So I was like, yo, can I join? And then Stuart was like, yeah, we'll just have to try out. And then I just kind of joined up. So.
Yeah, and the funny thing about Colin joining was we had like a gig like 2 days after we decided that he was going to be in the band.
Bro.
So he learned like 17 songs.
They had a gig
like,
2 days later, and I had like a bunch of
before.
tests, and I learned like 11 songs at like 1 a.m. I was like, like learning the bass lines. It was rough, but.
So officially, how long have y'all been playing together?
Since the block party.
Well, before
before
Colin joined, it was May of 2023. So like 2 years almost on the dot.
2 years, yeah.
Was our first like actual show.
Yeah. Well, 2 years of being in a band together, like what's the biggest challenge you guys like faced? Like I know tests and balancing school, but also like as you got more popular, doing a lot more gigs, like what was the hardest thing to balance like throughout everything and still stay in Doc Party?
I feel like finding time to practice
Oh, yeah.
because we all like do so many different things. Like we're always busy. Always have like cramped schedules, and then you try to like take 4 people like that and then put them all in the same like place at the same time.
It's hard.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, like
very
writing
rare.
writing stuff, we all have like our own individual schedules, and so it's hard to be like, hey, at 7th period, let's go do something when like, half of us have a class that period, or we got to do something over the weekend. I know Stuart does a lot of track, and so over the weekend he's gone every single time. It's really hard to like get together and write songs, but like the good thing about us is that I feel like we can bounce back really easily. Like whenever we have a gig, like we can really lock in and like hone it down and be good at it.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah. So, I'm hearing about all these gigs and performances. What's your favorite song to perform?
I think we all have the same one. I feel like.
No, I
I
have a
don't know
different
what y'all
one.
gonna say.
I have a different
Yeah.
one.
Dude, I was thinking like, can I go first?
Yeah, it's all you.
Like since like the first gig, we played "Kill Me Girl" by the Backseat Lovers, and we still play it to this day, and never gets old. I feel like that's got to be up there.
Yeah,
surely.
it's definitely I feel like that one song is the most representative of like who we are as a band. Just cuz like it's got a guitar solo, drum solo at the end, everyone's jumping around. That's probably the most fun to play. And like Sid said, 2 years later and we're
still playing it. Still playing it. Well, what about y'all?
Mine is one of our own songs. I love playing "Dancing in Circles."
Okay.
That's the one where it's like that's my main one where I go out into the crowd and start messing around because the bass line's really cool. And it starts off slow and like it starts off so beautiful, and I'm like the entire time I'm like, oh, I know I'm about to like just like go out and go chaotic in the crowd. And like if you've seen some of our videos, if you've been to Barrel House or Songbirds, you know that like on "Dancing in Circles," me and Sid went out in the crowd and started like messing around. Like, oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But I think the question everyone wants to know is Dog Party staying together after graduation?
Yes, we are.
That's fire. There
very
we go.
excited.
Yeah.
There
We
we go.
actually
Yeah.
Come on.
Question has been answered.
There we go. Yeah. So what's super sweet, we actually had a band from Knoxville. They're called Solstice. They play stuff pretty similar to our style of music. But they're actually getting pretty popular now, and they're going on tour this fall. And they asked us to open for them on a show in Chattanooga in September. So everyone, we're already planning to come back in town, and hopefully we'll still be locked in from this summer because we won't have too much time to practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we already got a gig into college.
Yeah, so how is it going to be now? Like more virtual planning before coming back from being
yeah,
here?
I heard-
Definitely.
Yeah, I heard from another band. I forgot who they were, but they were saying like you can write songs by yourself, or like it's easy to super easy to send lyrics off and like a video of you like playing a demo song, and like here's a bass line, here's this. It's just harder to like practice an actual set when you get back in, but like obviously the songwriting and all that stuff is gonna be continued. And for breaks, when we actually do have time to do gigs, we also have time to practice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
Another thing that's really neat with like digital recording nowadays is Stuart could send me a guitar from Auburn that he records through his interface. Sid could send me something. Colin could send me something all through their computer, and I take the track and mix it and do everything almost like say 1,000 miles away. We could still
make good
record
music.
it.
Yeah,
So
that's fire.
really sweet.
Fire. Are y'all gonna still be doing like instruments and stuff in college? Like,
For sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
okay, fire.
We might run up like a little college band. Play
Yeah,
some
yeah,
frat
that's
parties.
right.
It's all-
So cool.
Is anyone gonna portray a Dog Party and join another band on the side? Maybe.
If it ends up happening,
it
Dog
might.
Party will always still be
Oh,
there.
yeah,
but,
There we go. There we go.
Not
Breaks, we
opposed.
definitely all
Not
gonna come back and
opposed.
jam for sure.
That's
Yeah.
right. We'll line up
Absolutely.
some stuff.
What's been y'all's biggest gig so far?
Definitely Barrel.
Barrel House
Barrel House,
Ballroom.
Yeah, Barrel House. How much is that? 214.
Yeah,
It was
I
like,
can
two-
attest Barrel House was fire. Like it was really, it was packed. Like
Oh,
getting
man.
in there was like
Yeah.
pretty hard too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That was really good. But Songbirds is also pretty
Songbirds
good.
is
Yeah,
dope.
Songbirds we played last
Even
April.
Dragon's Roast was
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Or that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Dragon's
Jaggers
Roast,
was,
right?
I think that's the one I
yeah.
was talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
trying to get in like with all the guys from Presley, and it was
Yeah.
like
It was so
Yeah,
packed.
that was weird because their like maximum capacity is 100 people.
there was way
And
more.
like,
than
like,
that.
they
yeah.
usually
Yeah.
they usually only get like 30.
Yeah.
And then we pulled up with like a 137.
They said that was the most people they had ever had in that venue at the time, and they were like, "What is happening right now?" Because they're not expecting.
You could tell they were like a little overwhelmed when they saw all the performances. But no, I feel like we ask everyone one final question at the end of each episode, and we'd love for you guys to answer it individually, or if you think your answers are similar. But say a freshman is coming in from another country, if he's a boarder, or just moving up from the middle school, if he's from Chattanooga, and wants some advice, clicks onto the podcast and looks at this episode. What's one piece of advice that you would give to that ninth grader to not only enjoy his McCallie experience but succeed in it?
I think I got something.
Yeah, you got it. It's all you.
I was just gonna say like definitely just like meet people and like talk, cause like it's kind of crazy if like I never met these boys, the band would not exist. Like if I was like too in my shell, I never like went out and we never talked to each other. Like we never found out that we all love music. Like the band just wouldn't exist. So like
Yeah.
it's always worth like talking to someone that maybe you don't know.
Yeah, mine kind of coincides with that. It's like take risks. So like if I never taken the risk to, reach out to Stuart about being in the band, where I was like, I don't know how to play bass, I don't know how to do any of this, like I shouldn't do it. I might embarrass myself. Then I wouldn't be in this, band. I wouldn't be performing, doing like super just cool stuff, writing songs, like knowing people. And it's just like you just have to take risks with anything, like, studying or, playing music or doing something new, skateboarding, climbing, like anything. Like you just got to take risks and be okay with failure and be able to bounce back.
For me, I'd say definitely don't take yourself as seriously as you would like to, because like I know, like for me at least, like when I started like playing, like performing, like I was like super concerned about like what do I look like up there, like what are people thinking when they like look up and see me, like but that sucks like so much of the fun out of like doing like whatever you're doing. It's like worrying about like what other people think of you. So it's like have fun with like whatever you're doing. Like don't take yourself super seriously and just kind of like enjoy yourself, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, I'm on the same page there. For me, it's interesting because like what I'm doing now, I never could have imagined like 4 years ago, coming out of 8th grade. I was playing tennis and basketball, and I was not, I'm not playing drums or anything. Yeah, I know. Y'all don't even know that. Like, it's so random. But just like branching out, and all it takes, like one little thing, all it was me inviting Stuart over to jam. Like, hey, you want to come over Friday night, get pizza bros and play guitar? Like, maybe it'll be fun. And 2 years later, like, we're selling out venues. Like, no way this is happening. It's kind of surreal, especially like playing a show and, say 100 people show up. Like, it means so much to have these people. Like, they could have done anything on this Friday night, but the fact that all because I asked some guys to come over and hang out has become something like that. It's just so crazy what one little thing, can change everything.
Yeah, and like so many people on McCallie support you. Like I know we invited Mr. Tolar to our Songbirds gig, and oh my gosh, it was like a movie. It was like I went outside to go see if my girlfriend had showed up to the show, and this guy dressed in like all black and like a black hat like hit me on the shoulder, and I look up and it's like Mr. Tolar's like smiling face, and that was like one of my favorite Black Party.
Bro, Jameson too.
Oh my
Mr.
God,
Jameson.
Mr. Jameson pulled up.
Man.
Like Mr. Tolar pulled up, all the Spanish teachers came. Like, oh my gosh,
sick.
so many teachers at McCallie and students support you. Like, it's crazy.
I think they don't even realize really how much it means to us because they're just like, it's supporting the students, whatever. But like seeing their faces out in the crowd, like taking the time to show up, like
sick.
Oh
it means
my
the
gosh,
world
it's
to
so
us.
great.
Yeah. I mean, that is fire. I mean, I wish I could play instruments so I could join the band too, but I don't have a singing voice or any instrument like that. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys for sure.
But it's been a pleasure having you guys on the show. This is definitely a first for us, and something we probably want to keep doing for sure.
Yep. Thank you so much for being on
Thank
the show.
you guys
Thanks
so
for having
much.
us,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.